As Secretary of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I announced yesterday that unofficial results in the November 5th general election triggered a legally required recount for the U.S. Senate race. We've received many questions about how that recount process will work, so I'd like to explain to you a little bit today. The Shapiro administration is committed to transparency and how the Commonwealth's elections are administered, and today's live stream is part of that commitment. Mandatory recounts are triggered anytime unofficial results in a statewide race show candidates' vote totals are within 0.5% of each other. In this case, the unofficial totals for Democratic incumbent Bob Casey and Republican candidate Dave McCormick were separated by only 0.43% as of 5 p.m. yesterday. Because that margin is less than 0.5%, state law required me to order a recount. This is the 8th recount that has been legally triggered in the last 20 years. The department estimates the recount cost will be just over $1 million. The most recent recount occurred 2.5 years ago in the 2022 primary contests between Republican U.S. Senate candidates Dave McCormick and Mehmet Oz. That recount cost about $1,053,000. Of the 7 previous recounts that have been legally triggered, 3 were waived by the candidates with lower unofficial vote totals. Of the 4 previous recounts that did occur, the recount confirmed the unofficial outcome each time. Let's discuss what the recount process looks like in Pennsylvania. Right now, boards of elections in all 67 counties are completing the unofficial canvass for every ballot cast in their counties. As of Wednesday afternoon, just over 80,000 ballots remain to be counted. That number comprises approximately 20,000 mail-in and absentee ballots and approximately 60,000 provisional ballots. Today, counties continue that canvass and of outstanding ballots and entered new unofficial results in the department's election reporting website. The totals reported there now for the state Senate race, a U.S. Senate race, and other races are updated numbers from the results reported by counties yesterday. Once each county completes its canvass of all ballots, county officials will then immediately move on to recounting every ballot cast in the U.S. Senate race. That's nearly 7 million paper ballots that our 67 county election offices will recount as they complete the process. During the recount, counties will use a different method or different equipment to tabulate votes than what they use to compile their unofficial results. This is done to ensure any potential tabulation issues can be identified. Counties must begin the recount process no later than Wednesday, November 20th. They must complete the recount by noon on November 26th and must report their results to the Department of State by noon on November 27th. Once we've received all recount results, the department will then publish those online on November 27th. One final note on timing. State law requires counties to submit their unofficial certified results to the department on November 25th this year. Counties will certify the results for all other races by that deadline, then we'll certify the U.S. Senate results as soon as their recount is completed. Over the next 2 weeks, the department's election returns page, electionreturns.pa.gov, will continue to reflect the unofficial totals that counties report to the department. Updates there will include counties' tallies of those remaining 80,000 ballots that I mentioned earlier. Those updates are separate from the recount. As I mentioned a moment ago, the results of the recount will be published online on November 27th. Ultimately, all 67 counties' final certified results will reflect all eligible votes cast in the 2024 general election. To the hundreds of county election workers across the Commonwealth who continue their work to certify an accurate count and to honor the will of Pennsylvania's voters, I'm grateful. More information about the statewide recount process and the process for county boards of elections to get the final certification is available on the department's website, vote.pa.gov.